Hello! Welcome back to another episode of FEU MedTech TV. Pagod ka na? Kasi pagod na rin ako eh. And I know all of us felt that way during the span of 2020. Grabe ang 2020. Nakaka-overwhelm na nakakapagod. From the death of different famous personality to the explosion of Taal volcano and to this very long pandemic na ongoing pa rin hanggang ngayon. Talo pa ang season 8 ng Game of Thrones. Miss Rona is here to stay. But, ayun nga, holiday seasons ngayon, kakatapos lang ng Christmas. And what is there to expect after Christmas and the New Year? Happy New Year to every single one of you guys. So, ayun nga, for some of you, New Year is new me. Some of you, New Year's resolution, New Year, new beginning, new everything. But, ayun nga, sad to say na we're entering New Year na may pandemic pa rin, na may coronavirus pa rin. But, this episode will talk about how to make your 2021 a much better year than 2020. So, ayun nga, much better. Sana all much better. So, the first thing that would make our 2021 a much better year is make the most out of every situation. Aminin na natin at sa hindi, papasukin natin ng 2021 na may COVID-19 pa rin at may pandemic at nasa loob pa rin tayo ng ating mga kabahayan dahil napaka-incompetent ng ating gobyerno. Pero ayun nga, we're just stating facts here na ayun nga, quarantine pa rin tayo pagpasok ng 2021. Aminin natin sa hindi. First half ng year na papasukin natin ay nasa loob tayo ng ating mga bahay. But let us make the most out of every situation. Nasa loob man tayo ng ating mga bahay. Huwag po natin kakalimutan na gumawa-gawa at kumilos-kilos at gawin ang mga dapat nating gawin. Huwag natin gawing dahilan na ang pandemic ay ginagawa nating dahilan para hindi gawin ang isang bagay. Ganon. Huwag po natin gawing dahilan ang pandemic. Kasi alam ko yung mga iilan sa inyo na nafe-feel nila restricted sila dahil nasa loob sila ng kanilang mga bahay. Oo nga, marami tayong hindi pwedeng gawin sa loob ng bahay, pero marami rin tayong pwedeng gawin sa loob ng ating mga bahay. So, isip-isipin natin kung ano mga dapat pwede natin gawin sa loob ng bahay. Hindi porket nasa loob lang tayo ng bahay, nakatunga nga lang tayo at wala tayong ginagawa. Kain tulog lang tayo. Marami tayong pwedeng gawin sa loob ng bahay. So, ayun nga, make the most out of every situation para naman hindi nasasayang ang ating 2021, di ba? Para masabi natin pagtapos ng 2021 na may nagawa tayo at sa susunod na taon ay may magagawa pa tayo. Second one is try to learn something new. Marami tayong natutunan this 2020 but this coming 2021, marami pa tayong matututunan. Always try to learn. Never forget that kasi there's nothing to lose when you're learning but you have something to gain. Yes, try to learn something new. May it be a new hobby or for example, try to learn how to cook.
Yes, I do the cooking. Yes, I do the cleaning.
Or try to learn how to draw, try to learn how to take care of plants, mga plantitas and plantitas dyan. And all of that, like for example, during this quarantine this year, I learned how to read tarot cards. And kayo, what caught your attention? Try to learn those things. Maybe learn a different language or so. And yeah, try to learn something new because learning, di ba, pag nag-learn ka, edi nag-learn ka. Hindi, yun nga, nag-learn ka, edi learner ka. Pero ayun nga, try to learn something new because that might come in handy in the future, di ba? Di mo alam, magagamit mo pala yan, yung natutunan mo in the future. So, try to learn something new and of course, find a hobby. May it be, well, pag sinabi naman nating hobby, yung hobby mo, hindi naman porket yung hobby mo, may hobby ka, dapat magaling ka nun sa hobby mo na yun. Hindi, dapat yung hobby na na-enjoy mo, masaya kang gawin kahit hindi ka super galing or marunong ka lang. You enjoy that hobby and, you know, nakakatanggal ng stress sa'yo. And then, you should go for it. Ang hobby naman is hindi naman porket hindi ka magaling mag-drawing, hindi mo na pwedeng maging hobby ang drawing. Just like that. Parang, for me, example, hindi naman ako super galing mag-drawing, pero pag na-stress ako, nagdodraw lang ako ng nagdodraw. So, find a hobby, guys, na parang, alam mo yun, kahit hindi ka super galing, may pagkakabisihan ka kahit pag wala kang ginagawa, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, another tip to make your 2021 a much better year. Third one is for all of you medical technology students right there, especially for the FAU medical technology students, because new year meaning new SEM, and to make things much more better for the upcoming year is to know yourself, whether you're an active procrastinator or a passive procrastinator, because there's a big difference. For example, me myself is an active procrastinator. I like cramming because alam mo yun, it makes my mind more and more. So ayun nga, there's a big difference between an active and passive procrastinator. I myself is an active procrastinator. I like cramming because I like being under pressure because alam mo yun, mas gumagana yung utak ko and mas maraming ideas na pumapasok and mas mabilis ako gumawa. Iba yung feeling sa akin pag hindi ako nagka-cram. Parang mas productive kasi para sa akin ang pagka-cram, lalo na pag magde-deadline na. But there are some people na passive procrastinator. Alam mo yung parang they're very much paralyzed and undecisive. Parang sila yung mga yung literal na nagka-cram, hindi yung positive cramming. I mean yung nagka-cram talaga sila kasi hindi nila ginawa nung before pa lang. Yun. Some people should know the difference between active and passive procrastinating because siguro pag napaka-toxic ng passive procrastinating kasi grabe, parang alam mo yun, pinipressure mo yung sarili mo pero hindi ka naman nakakakilos talaga ng maayos. Unlike active procrastinating na parang pag nape-pressure ka, mas nakakakilos ka ng maayos. Alam mo yun, mas smooth yung workflow mo. Pero ayun nga, know yourself if you're an active procrastinator and you're a passive one. And if you're a passive one, please do change yourself this coming year and try to do your things, try to make things before the said deadline or alam mo yun, prior before pa lang para naman hindi ka ma-stress at mag-procrastinate at mag-cram ng super duper mega. Ayun, that is one major tip that would make your 2020 a much greater one than 2020 because alam ko naman lahat sa inyo this online class naka-experience na ng cramming kasi super hectic. So, maybe you should do time management as well. Pero, ayun nga, first, sa mga repopips ko dyan na active procrastinator, shout out sa inyo. Pero, ayun, know yourself more. Know yourself more. This is an opportunity to get to know yourself more. Alam ko sarili nyo yan, pero, yun, know yourself more. Ikaw. Know yourself more. And the next one would be that don't spend things sa mga hindi naman kailangan na gamit.
Edit cut now.
Maraming makaka-relate dito kasi alam ko maraming nag-hoard tuwing 11-11, 12-12, or 11-22-23-34-45-5-6-6 na yan. Kung ano man yan ng Shopee or Lazada.
Shopee,
But ayun nga, let's be practical for the coming year. Let's learn how to, to separate the wants and the needs. We should learn how to, dapat alam natin kung ano yung priority natin. Hindi porket nakita mo sale sa Shopee yung ganyan, bibili mo agad. Nasaktan ako doon, pero ayun nga, hindi naman ako super mabili. Pero may mga friends ako, shoutouts po sa inyo, mga nag-hoard sa Shopee. Ayun, learn to prioritize things. Learn to constrain yourself. Wow, constrain yourself. Learn to abstain. Learn to abstain na kung alam mo sale, tapos wala ka, alam mo yun, hindi mo naman kailangan, huwag mo nang bilhin. Alam ko sale, nakaka-tempt, pero kung hindi mo naman kailangan, learn to control yourself. Wow, control. Learn to control yourself na don't spend too much money on things that you won't really even need. Tip number 4. And for the next one, alam ko napaka-cliche na nito, pero eto, alam ko meron tayo lahat mga New Year's resolution, but I would suggest that rather than having a New Year's resolution na alam naman natin lahat na yung iba sa inyo hindi talaga nasusunod, kasi ako, yung mga New Year's resolution ko, kasi mula mga nakaraang taon pa, yung mga sinusulat after school, after December, my New Year's resolution would be that hindi po natin nasusunod yung mga iyan. Rather than having a New Year's resolution, we should set, parang having short-term goals and long-term goals. An important thing about that is, yeah, we have long-term goals. Parang kasi yung New Year's resolution is considered as long-term goals kasi i-achieve mo siya all throughout the year. But we should also have short-term goals as well. Short-term goals is parang yung goal, yung parang maliit na goal lang siya na isa-set mo. For example, at the start of the month or at the start of the week na by this week, matatapos ko yung ganyan, matatapos ko yung ganyan, and so on and so forth. It might be a small thing, pero napaka-productive niya. As in, promise, just set a short-term goal na ma-achieve mo within a week, within a month. And doon mo makikita kung gaano ka-progressive when it comes to those things. Parang, ayun, it might be as parang maliit na small step, but at least you're moving forward, di ba? So, ayun nga, instead of having one New Year's resolution, have short-term and long-term goals na parang habang ina-accomplish mo yung long-term goals mo throughout the year, you're also accomplishing short-term goals na you're also being productive and progressive as well, di ba? So, that's one piece of advice also. And a very last thing that would make our 2021 a much better year than 2020 is like an icing on top of the cake is to be socially aware. I know that there are a lot of happenings in our country right now. Ang dami pong nangyayari talaga. Like legit, nakaka-overwhelm din po ang nangyayari from the incompetence of the government to the terror bill and to the police brutality. Ang dami pong nangyayari. And I encourage every single one of you to be socially aware. Dapat alam po natin yung nangyayari sa lipunan natin. Huwag po tayong magbulag-bulagan at huwag po nating isang tabi yung mga pagkakamaling nakikita natin. Huwag po nating itolerate yung mga nakikita nating kamalian sa ating lipunan. At ayun nga po, ibukas na po natin ang ating mga mata. Oras na po para sa pagbabago. Napakatagal na po ng bulok na sistema ng ating bansa. And speaking of that po, I'm encouraging every single one of you sa mga hindi pa po nakakapagpa-register to vote for the upcoming elections in 2022. Please do register po. Do register po if you're in the right age na po sa 2022 para po, ayun, we would invoke change. And I myself is already a voter. Bumoto na po ako ng last elections ng senators. And I hope dumami po sa atin sa mga sa mga kapwa MedTech students ko po dyan sa FEU na hindi po nakakapag-register na. I hope you do register para po makabota na po kayo sa upcoming presidential elections sa 2022. And ayun lang po, that is all guys for this episode. I hope parang nakakuha kayo ng insight sa mga sinabi ko. And I hope you learned something. Parang nakakuha kayo ng idea kung ano bang dapat yung gawin for the upcoming year. And I hope to see you all soon. That is all guys. Peace out.